The New York Rangers made it 3 straight wins with a 1-0 overtime victory over the Philadelphia Flyers last night. It's their first overtime win of the season. They had lost their first 2 overtime games, lost to San Jose, lost in the shootout to the Avalanche, so good to get this one. Things didn't go great in the first period, really just kind of both teams going back and forth up the ice. Neither team could really control the puck. Rangers get a couple of sequences where they're in the offensive zone, they're starting to set things up, but nothing really materializes. And really the one thing you remember from that period is Lafreniere finds Trocheck it's a beautiful find, and Trocheck just can't put it in. He hits the post. That becomes a trend throughout this game pretty prominently. But things really change in the second period. Rangers come out strong and just dominate really the entire period. You're looking at every time you look up, it feels like, man, they're in the offensive zone, they're controlling, they're threatening. And this is where you see a lot of their high danger scoring chances come in. And it's in this period. There's a sequence where it's like Gauthier misses a tip in, and then Lindgren whiffs on one. And then Kakko can't put one in. And then a little bit later, Zibanejad from the slot hits the post. And then later in this period, Kreider gets a shorthanded breakaway. He beats Hart, but he hits the post, and it goes off, and it just bounces out. So the Rangers are getting all these looks, and for whatever reason, they're not able to convert. And then the third period, things kind of even out. Philly ends up looking stronger. Rangers offense kind of takes a step back. And it's actually Philly that threatens in the final minutes of this third period. And, if it isn't for Igor Shesterkin, who really hasn't been challenged for much of this game at this point, coming out of nowhere, making some crazy saves. He actually faces 2 shots from Kevin Hayes, former Ranger, that very easily could have gone in, and Igor just makes some really athletic, fantastic saves to keep the Rangers in the game and send it to overtime.
I mean, he's been big for us every game for the past however many years he's been here.
Yeah, I mean, he's our best player pretty much every night, and he certainly was tonight.
Igor gets it to overtime, and in the final minute, Mika finds Chris Kreider on the breakaway. Kreider gets it past Carter Hart and past the post, puts it in for the 1-0 Rangers win in overtime.
Yeah, I tried to shoot low block earlier in the game, so I figured I'd try to fake it and go backhand, move that Mika's stopping. So, yeah, thankfully it worked out. Thought we could add a bunch more tonight, just weren't getting the bounces. So
I know no one's going to catch him, so just lay it in there and let him take care of the rest.
All in all, it's a pretty good game for the Rangers. Philly is a sneaky, gritty team, man. This is kind of what they've been doing under new head coach John Tortorella. They've been getting outshot. They've kind of been getting outplayed, and they're just doing enough to hang in these games and be in positions to steal these wins. And that's in this game. The Flyers are in a position to steal them in the third period and in overtime. They had no business really being in that position. When you look at the stat sheet, Rangers outshoot them 36-19. Rangers 51%, over 51% of their scoring chances were classified as high danger scoring chances. So you're looking at the Rangers getting a ton of great looks. Now, Flyers goalie Carter Hart has been fantastic. He was very good today. After this game, you're looking at a .231 goals allowed average and a .943 save percentage. So I think that's part of it. Carter Hart has had a phenomenal year so far. But you're also looking at a Rangers team that is getting their looks, and for some reason today they couldn't stop hitting the post.
Yeah, I try not to get frustrated. Something we're talking about in between periods, but I mean, there's definitely times when we get a little bit frustrated, but just because that might wear on you a little bit doesn't mean you get away from your game.
How many posts did you have to 4? I don't know if that's a goalie or not, but yeah, clean up offensively. I think if we didn't create any chances, it would be a different story. But we're creating chances. We're right there. Maybe a little bit more desperate, but again, we get the 2 points. That's the main thing, and we're happy with that.
What was it, 4? Yeah, but like I said, the chances are there, and the guys played well.
I'm afraid of the iPad after last week.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No, I mean, I think I saw it on the Jumbotron, the one I hit, but it's, again, you can't get discouraged from shooting again. Like, that's the only way to score. So.
Kudos to the Rangers for continuing to shoot. They stayed aggressive. They didn't let hitting the post get to them mentally. And, now this is 3 straight for the Rangers, and you're talking about a team that, after going through a little bit of dip where they lose to San Jose and they lose to Columbus, and you don't really like the way that they're playing against these teams that they should be beating, you're now looking at a 4 to 5 game stretch where the Rangers are playing some very quality hockey.
I'm happy with the way our team's playing. Even though we lost those 2 games prior to the 3-game winning streak, like I told you, I thought we played really well. So that's where it starts. You got to play well, and you start getting results with points.
This was the first of a 4-game homestand for the Blue Shirts. They've got Boston tonight at 7:30, and that's a big one for them. Boston off to a tremendous 9-1 start, first place in the Atlantic. One of the best teams, if not the best team in the NHL right now, when you're talking about who's hot and who's not. Boston is very much in that top upper echelon of teams. So it's a big test for a Rangers team that fancies itself a Stanley Cup contender. And then Detroit comes to town on Sunday, and then we get very quickly a rematch of Rangers-Isles after getting that matchup just a couple weeks ago. That's on Tuesday. Me and my fellow Rangers beat reporter Sam Bohr are going to have an extended report coming out after this homestand, so look out for that. But that's just about it. For WFAV Sports, I'm Lou Orlando.